Parshat Shoftim contains the laws of warfare. And in one verse we are told, Ki tikrav el ir lehilachem alea. When you come close to a city to make war against it, v'karata elea leshalom. You shall first call out in peace. Make overtures for peace. Rather don't have a battle. Rather don't go into war. See if the two sides can come to some type of peaceful agreement. And our sages tell us that we see the extent to which shalom, peace and harmony, is a value in the Torah. That even in a time of war, which is the complete opposite, the antithesis of peace, the Torah tells us that when you go out to make war, nevertheless, you should call out, you should always make an overture for peace. There's the famous verse in Tehillim, where King David says, Bakesh shalom v'radvehu. Seek out peace and pursue it. Always try to bring peace between two people. You see two friends who are having an argument, try to reinstall peace between them. You see a husband and a wife who are arguing with one another and are not getting on, try to restore peaceful relations between them. And the Midrash tells us a remarkable story. Rebbe Meir, one of the greatest sages of the Mishnah, the student of Rebbe Akiva, would lecture every Shabbat. And there was a certain woman who would attend his lectures on a Friday night. And one time she stayed until the end of the lecture and she came home. And when she came home, she found that all of the lights had gone out, the candle had gone out. And her husband was very annoyed and said to her, where have you been this whole time? And she said, well, I was listening to the voice of the lecture. I was listening to Rebbe Meir. And the husband said, I take an oath that you are not to enter this home again. Leave now until such time as you spit in the eye of that lecturer. He was so upset at her that she was spending all of this time listening to the lecturer, not with him. So don't come back into this house until you spit in the eye of the lecturer. Well, the woman didn't know what to do. She was in a quandary. She couldn't go home, but at the same time, she couldn't exactly spit in the eye of the great Rebbe Meir. What was she to do? So the first Shabbat, she wasn't at home. The second Shabbat, eventually her friend said to her, you know what? Come with us to the lecture. And somehow Rebbe Meir got wind of this situation. And he gave the lecture, and he said, is there perhaps a woman here who knows how to treat a sore eye? I have a very sore eye. And her friends nudged her and said, no, go to Rebbe Meir. And she came to Rebbe Meir, and she was in a state, and she said to him, I don't know how to treat eyes. So Rebbe Meir says, it doesn't matter. Just spit in my eye 7 times, and I'll be fine. He made it look as if this was a way in which he would be cured. And she spat in his eye 7 times, and he said to her, now go home to your husband. She went home, she told her husband. Husband said, fine, you're welcome back at home, all is forgiven. And the student said to Rebbe Meir, is this how you let the honor of the Torah be treated? You're a great Torah scholar, you let somebody spit in your eye? And Rebbe Meir said, we see that Hashem allows His holy name to be erased. In the case of the Sota, a woman suspected of committing adultery. And she goes through this whole ordeal, and part of it involves the name of Hashem being erased off a scroll into water. Hashem allows His name, His honor to be erased. So certainly I should allow that to bring peace between husband and wife. This is an absolutely incredible value in Judaism, that we should try to restore peaceful relations between people and ensure that we live in a case and a sense of harmony together with one another. I wish you a Shabbat Shalom.